Welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts.
Hey everybody, that's Keith. I'm Dustin, and we got a bottle.
Well, aren't you even going to tell them what we do here? Or you've just figuring they know by now?
I figured they know, but you can tell them.
Well, you know what? If you don't know, you'll figure it out.
That's one way to do it. So this bottle is brought to us by Melody.
All right.
Thank you, Melody. She sent us a bottle of Barrett's blend.
Barrett's.
Barrett's?
Yeah, Barrett's.
Barrett's?
Not like a hair Barrett.
No.
Barrett. Like the rifle.
Satin Smooth.
All right.
Distiller Excellence.
Why do I feel like that's like a North Korean translation?
Well, check this bottle out.
It's squishy. Oops.
Careful.
Almost shot bourbon all over the place.
Careful. What song did Melody want with this bottle?
So Melody wants to check out Hardy, one beer. Now, I'm trying to think back on Hardy. And I very distinctly remember Stay in the Truck.
Yes.
Like, that was just a killer.
Wait in the Truck.
Wait in the Truck.
Wait in the Truck, yeah.
That was just a killer song.
Literally.
Then I think we had one more after that.
Nothing.
God.
Nothing.
That wasn't...
That was hilarious.
Was it even worth stopping?
Yes.
Anyway. Kick ass. Hardy song.
Sure.
Then we had another one that was just way more rock, I think, than country, if I'm recalling correctly. But I can't remember the name of the song.
I can't either, but it was also live.
Yeah.
And it just didn't do it for us, I remember.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, we know this guy's got talent. This one didn't do it for us.
I wonder,
we got a new one.
The title of it's One Beer. So sometimes your titles can be really, well, you're probably thinking of George Thorogood. Give me one bourbon.
I wonder if that's
one scotch and one beer.
Was that called One Beer?
No, I think it was one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
You're right. It actually was, because it was. I remember the title. You're right. I had that CD.
So, yeah, it was so repetitive, though.
Yes, it
was like jam session, one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. Jam session.
That's it. That's all it was.
I'm going to have a little, I'll just tell you guys, I'm going to have a little bit of musical culture shock when I press play here. I guarantee it. See, one of the things you guys don't see, we don't edit.
Nope.
But we do check our sound levels.
Correct.
And I always check them against kick-ass rock songs because that's my thing.
I didn't even hear the song you used. What song did you use?
Freaking Number of the Beast from Iron Maiden.
Okay.
So
this is going to be different.
Going to be different.
It's going to be different. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, let's see how different.
Uh-oh.
17 in a small town.
I think I'm gonna have to try and not pay attention to the video. But the video has the lyrics in it.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like because it helps me make sure I'm not missing something.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Just so you guys know, I'm going to make an active mental effort to not pay a damn bit of attention to the video.
That's what he does. He's the music guy.
I'm 17 in a small town. Weak knees in a CVS. Door locked in the bathroom. What's it gonna be waiting on that test? Never thought that they'd be putting those life plans on the shelf. A couple American babies raising one up theirself. One beer turns into a lit cigarette, burning into a 2-beer buzz. 3 beers turns into 5 and 6, then a love drunk kiss in the back of that truck. Just like that, everything rearranges. Life changes out of the blue. It's just a Bud Light, but ain't it funny what one beer can turn into? Sesame Street on the TV. A race car rolling on a cardboard bridge. Crayon stick figure family. stuck right there.
That was special effects in the music, right? Where it sounded like a freaking race car or something went through that side of the room.
I didn't hear it. Back it up.
Sesame Street on the TV. Race car rolling on the car.
It all came out your side. It was TV noise.
Family. Stuck right there, front center on the fridge. Flashback to two ping lines. A whole bunch of praying and doubting. Felt like the end of the world now. The world don't spin without it. All 'cause one beer turns into a lit cigarette, burning into a 2-beer buzz. 3 beers turns into 5 and 6. Then a love drunk kiss in the back of that truck. Just like that, everything rearranges. Life changes out of the blues. Just a Bud Light, but ain't a funny one.
I just played a hell of a game. Don't be so hard on yourself, alright?
A boy and a girl and a 3 on the tree. Kissing. First comes lust and a shotgun marriage. 6 months later come a baby in a carriage. You know what, y'all? You know what, y'all? The whole thing started with some alcohol.
What was that?
You know we're not gonna get that lucky again.
The whole thing started with some alcohol. One beer turns into a lit cigarette, burning into a 2-beer buzz. 3 beers turns into 5 and 6. Then a love drunk kiss in the back of that truck. Just like that, everything rearranges. Life changes out of the blues. Just a First comes lust and a shotgun marriage. 6 months later come a baby in a carriage. That's not all, that's not all. Now here we go again, drinking alcohol, yeah.
Huh. Music guy?
So I like the song. It's just a little repetitive.
It was oddly, right?
Like, it was really repetitive.
Yeah.
And I came to the conclusion that to generate the massive amount of views that this video has on YouTube, meaning revenue, they had to put that video in there. The song did not stand well enough on its own to generate that number
They
of
needed
views.
some cinematic.
They needed that cinematic.
You know, so I think some of them would argue with you.
They will.
Right? I'm assuming it's been played on the radio, which would lend itself to being able to be held on its own.
What radio? It's 2025, Dustin.
Spotify? I don't know. But I see what you're saying.
I'm really not trying to dog the song. It was a good song.
It's very relatable.
It's relatable. It's catchy.
It's almost rap-esque.
It tells a cool story.
Right.
Like, the shit that he's talking about in this song is real. It happens. I have friends that went through it. And their kids are freaking awesome. And I'm old, so, they're pretty much all grown now, so...
You're definitely old.
And they turned out quite well. And so this is something that happens, and it's good messaging that just because change is not the end of the world, right?
Ooh. Now that's cool.
It's true though.
That's a good way to look at it. I was thinking like always use protection.
Well, it's a good idea to use protection.
I'm just saying, unless you want that.
For a few reasons.
Right.
But
Well, that's also true.
So, it's a good song. I actually was kind of like at the end with the cinematics, and apparently that's his mom laying on the ground, and she coughs, and everybody's relieved. That's not the way it goes.
Yeah.
Because depending on how the smoke inhalation happened, if she sucked in 400-degree air,
She ain't gonna just cough.
the swelling is just now starting.
Yeah.
And
Ambulance.
Intensive care now. Nobody's going, woo, she coughed, she's alive. No, it's just not how it works. But which is another reason I'm kind of happy I was able to ignore most of the cinematics.
Yeah. It was, so I was going to say it was actually pretty difficult to do that.
It was because the song has pauses in it.
Correct. I was like, they did that intentionally.
Very intentionally. I truly believe that this song, or at least this version of it, was fully engineered to be a video from the ground up.
So, okay, that's interesting. So you played one that had 2 feature artists in it. Did you notice that? There was a girl and some other person. I wonder if it's this version that's so repetitive.
Well, I didn't play this song.
What?
You said I played one that had...
This song. It had 2 feature artists.
Oh.
I forget their names.
Oh, you mean I didn't play one that had 2 feature artists? Or did we just watch something with feature artists I didn't notice?
Yeah, it was in the title.
Oh, okay. Never noticed them. So whoever they are.
There was a chick who was singing harmony with him.
Oh, I just figured that was random backup vocalist.
There was some chick, and there was another guy that was mentioned. I can't remember their names.
And I guess they were singing harmony in the repetitive chorus.
And melody.
Music guys falling down on the job. I should have noticed that,
doing?
right?
What the hell what do you do here?
I
You drink bourbon. Yeah, okay. Melody, if that wasn't the one you wanted, apologies. A couple of idiots sitting on a couch. He picked one.
I did.
Just saying. But if that is the one you wanted, well, you got our reaction.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of this? I'm not going to call it bourbon.
So, as far as a whiskey in general goes, if you're not going to call it a bourbon.
I can't call it a bourbon because it's not a bourbon.
Okay, so as far as this not a bourbon goes, it's super simple.
Yes.
Your flavor profile is really 2 things. Corn sweet.
Bing.
Little bit oak.
Very tiny.
But have you noticed it's super bitter? There's oak back there, but it's like really freaking bitter oak.
Yeah. Yep.
Not to the point that I think it's bad.
I don't think that's oak you're tasting.
It's something bitter like oak.
Let me tell you a little bit about this bottle.
Yeah, he's going to explain some things now.
Well, first, proof?
Very low, like 75.
No, it's 80.
Is it?
Yeah. Distilled with pride, blended with distinction.
So it's a blend.
Well, and it's Barrett's blend, right?
Yeah.
So whoever Barrett is apparently liked whiskey, grain-neutral spirits, natural flavors, and caramel color.
No.
That's what it says. So hold on. What color was it?
So maybe that bitter on the back of my tongue is FD&C yellow number 34.
Well, it doesn't tell me. Doesn't tell me on here. But you shouldn't operate machinery, apparently.
Well, I thought you had to put the ingredients, but maybe not for bourbon.
Right. It's not bourbon.
Maybe not for not bourbon.
Yeah, so that's Barrett's blend.
Okay. So based on the plastic bottle And not only is it a screw top, but it's like a Pepsi style screw top with the little ring there.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to assume that this is inexpensive.
I would assume. Yeah.
And assuming it's in the $8 to $14 range, I think it's probably worth it.
$8 to $14.
Yeah. Once it gets...
It's satin smooth. It actually is.
They're not lying about that.
No.
It is super smooth.
Well, what would you do with, like, would you just drink this?
Well, would I?
Okay. No?
No, because you and I are both horrible bourbon snobs.
You are, definitely. I'm just along for the ride.
African American, I beseech thee. You are as bad a bourbon snob as anyone.
That is false. I like everything.
It's completely true. And now, would you or I sit down and pour a glass of this and sip it? Probably not. However, if you're drinking whiskeys on a budget, this is not a terrible choice.
Well, okay, I'm going to actually, that's interesting that you say that. So this is one of the, when you go to weddings and all they have is beer and wine.
I'll take this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I would take this over beer and wine.
Yeah.
So I would drink it.
Yeah. But at home, nah.
Right.
I'm not pouring that.
Yep.
So, an okay, not bourbon. Not a great, not bad. That's kind of the important part.
That's true.
The part I'd like to communicate. It's not bad.
You didn't pour it out.
I didn't even think about pouring it out.
Right.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, neat song, annoying video, and okay, not bourbon.
Yeah.
That's kind of our summary.
Thanks, Melody.
Yeah, thank you. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give us a like, drop down in the comments, tell us what country music to check out, tell us what North American whiskeys we need to try, and we'll see you next time.
See you.